Well, on yesterday's video, so many of you guys were commenting about this stock named NIO out of China. And so I looked into this company last night. I spent several hours on it, looked fully into it. And today I want to go ahead and first I want to give you all the base information you need to know about this NIO stock and if this stock is a scam out of China, okay? And then after I give you all the base information, I will go into my personal opinion on this stock, okay? So I'm going to give you the facts first, then I'll go into my opinion afterward, all right? So like I said, it was ridiculous how many comments I got about this stock yesterday, okay? So first off, it is branded as the Tesla of China, okay? It is branded as the Tesla of China because they make electric vehicles. That's how it's branded, all right? Here's what we know about this company named NIO, all right? They claim to make a Tesla comparable car for basically half the price that Tesla can, all right? So they say their car is just as good as a Tesla or something around there, and they can produce it for like $65,000. We're talking about the SUV, whereas the SUV in China can sell for $130,000, sometimes more than that. So they claim that they can make a Tesla for basically half the price of Tesla, all right? This company had $7 million in revenue in the first 6 months of this year. $7 million, like I said, I'll give you my opinion afterward. This company has over $11 billion valuation on it currently. Over $11 billion valuation on it currently. They claim to have 17,000 vehicles in back order. All right, Tencent and Baidu have invested in the past and have investments in this company. This company raised $1 billion in their IPO. This company is 4 years old, same age as one of my children. They lost $503 million in the first 6 months this year, but if you take into account a one-time expense, they actually lost $1.5 billion in the first 6 months. But we'll give them just without the one-time deal in there. So they still lost $503 million in the first 6 months this year. It doesn't even make its own cars, meaning they can do the design of the cars and things like that, but they don't actually even manufacture the cars themselves as of right now. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan are the ones that took this company public. All right, it went public like 2 or 3 days ago, 3 days ago. And I just wanted to throw this out there. Tesla right now did $7.4 billion in revenue in the first 6 months of 2018, all right? All right, now for my opinion, now for the fun part, all right? Now for the fun part. How dare you brand yourself as the Tesla of China and you did $7 million in revenue? How fucking dare you brand yourself as that? That is the biggest joke I may have ever heard in my life. The Tesla of China and you do $7 million in 6 months span? That is ridiculous. The fact that anybody's going to brand this company as the Tesla of China is disgusting. Tesla did $7.4 billion in revenue in the first 6 months, okay? This company is not the Tesla of China. They're a wannabe. Just because I go out there and I get like 10 people together and we make like a smartphone, okay? And we make some little, smartphone software and I sell a few of those smartphones, doesn't mean I'm the next fucking Apple of Las Vegas, okay? That does not mean that. This is absolutely absurd that they call themselves the Tesla of China when they have proven nothing, okay? They have proven absolutely nothing. Claim to make a Tesla comparable car for half the price. I won't even get into that. $11 billion valuation on this company currently. Are you kidding me, okay? You do $7 million in a 6 month span and you want an $11 billion plus valuation on this company currently? That is the biggest joke I may have ever heard, okay? That is unbelievable. I mean, I've seen a lot of companies be severely overvalued. I've been in the stock market for 10 years. I've seen so many stocks that I'm like, that one is massively overvalued. This one's massively overvalued. This one takes a cake over every stock ever in history. I've never seen a stock with $7 million in revenue in a 6 month span and have an $11 billion plus valuation on it. That's disgusting, okay? They claim to have 17,000 back orders. I'll take their word on that. I will take their word on that. There's nothing I say that's wrong or anything. I'll take their word on that. I believe them, okay? I'll believe them until proven, otherwise, all right? Tencent and Baidu have investments in it. A lot of people are saying, well, Tencent's invested in this massive Chinese company. Baidu is another huge Chinese company. They have invested in this company in the past, all right? They've seen their money get burnt, by the way, as of right now. So they've invested in the past and they say, well, these companies have invested in it. So you know what? That means this is a good stock, all right? This means this is a good stock. Well, Tencent and Baidu, they don't even care about this company in the end. You know what the Tencent and Baidu executives were thinking about when they invest in this company? They were thinking about, this company, this looks like it can make a lot of money in the public markets. When this company was founded, Tesla stock was just rising and rising and rising, and they said, wow, if we can, come out with, if there could be a company that's branded as the Tesla of China, man, we can make a lot of money on our investment. So Tencent and Baidu, they bought in this knowing that this is pretty much guaranteed money for them. Regardless if the company succeeds long-term or fails long-term, they'll be able to finesse for the check real quick, okay? And that's pretty much exactly what they've been able to do. So the fact that these big companies out of China have invested in it, they just want to make a lot of money on their investment, okay? This company raised $1 billion in their IPO. They wanted to raise like 1.8 billion, but there just was not that investor appetite for this company. They raised $1 billion in the IPO, all right? This company is once again 4 years old. 4 years old. One of my sons is 4 years old. That's just crazy, okay? They lost $503 million in the first 6 months, $1.5 billion if you take in the one-time expense. That's impressive. Like, to lose that much money on only $7 million in revenue, that they deserve a trophy for that. Like, you really should get a trophy for being able to lose that kind of money. I haven't seen, any company ever do that had this small of an amount of revenue. Like, that is really, really impressive, okay? It doesn't even make its own cars as of right now. This company doesn't, so you could say, okay, they lost this massive amount of money in the first 6 months. It must be because they're just like building out factories and they're getting tons of machines in there and they're really getting ready to ramp. No, this company doesn't even make its own cars yet, okay? Another company manufactures the small amount of cars that they make right now, okay? So they don't even have their own factories. They don't even have their own machines and all that type of stuff, all right? Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase took this company public. People might say, well, those are really well-established banks out there. They took this company public. Must mean it's a safe investment or good investment or something like that. Do you think these guys care any bit about if this is a good investment long-term or not? No, and it's really not their job to care if this is a good investment or not. Their job is to take a company public and whatever, the value is for that company out there, depending on investor appetite, that is what they do. And they make their 25 million or whatever they do off of that IPO. That's what they care about in the end, man. They're not going to say, no, we're not going to take this company public at this ridiculous valuation. They say, no, we'll take this company public. That's what they do, okay? So if you think Wall Street's going to step up and say, oh, no, this company's ridiculous. No, absolutely not. That's not their job. Their job is to take that company public regardless of the valuation. If it's way overvalued or undervalued, by the way, most companies that go IPO are severely overvalued at the end of the day, okay? That's their job. So just don't look at it as, oh, those big banks took them public. That means it's a safe stock. No, their job is to take them public. They make a ridiculous amount of money off a very easy process. They can do that in a flip of a switch, okay? Tesla did $7.4 billion in revenue in the first 6 months. So it's just a ridiculous, ridiculous company here. If you are investing in this company, you are pretty much being finessed at this point, okay? Doesn't mean you can't make money in it. There are two ways you could make money in this stock. One is your gamble, which if you're investing in this company, you are 100% gambling, okay? You are 100% gambling, and there's no question about it. There's no way you can make any type of valuation or any type of, oh, this is a good investment based upon a company that's done $7 million in revenue in 6 months. And there are YouTubers that produce YouTube videos that make more than $7 million in a 6 month span. This company that has an $11 billion plus valuation on it right now has $7 million in a 6 month span. There's no way you can look at me and say, oh, this is a good deal or this is a good investment. You are 100% gambling if you invest in this company, 100%, okay? No different than if I went down the strip tonight and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna play some high limit slots and maybe I'll win, maybe I'll lose. I'll probably lose, okay? The chances I win a jackpot is very slim to none, okay? So one way is maybe your gamble pays off and this company does become the Tesla of China, okay? Which they have proven nothing as of right now to become that, okay? The second way you could finesse this for money, as they finessed you for money, is basically you could maybe treat this as a short-term trade and try to hope that, the hype gets back in the stock and it shoots back up. Now, it was really fishy because this company goes public, okay? And the stock doesn't move the day they go public. It was a very disappointing IPO, okay? The next day, all of a sudden, the stock shoots up massively, okay? Which means a massive amount of money had to have flooded on the buy side. Just a massive amount of money had to flood in the buy side. Who flooded in all that money on the buy side? We don't know, unfortunately. Could have been the Chinese government, directly or indirectly. Could have been Chinese firms. Could have been, some of the bigger Chinese companies that said, hey, we need to get this stock to pop. It'll create a lot of hype out there. It'll get everybody investing money in it left and right, and then we can sell out shares at a much, much higher price than previously thought. That could easily, that's what we call a pump and dump at the end of the day. The only difference is if you pump it up enough, if you pump it up enough as far as the stock price price goes, then you don't even need to put out a bunch of articles about it. You can just get the share price going up massively. Everybody sees it. They research it real quick. The Tesla of China, they invest money in it, and you get to sell out and you dump your shares at a much higher price, okay? That's a great way of doing it there, okay? But maybe you can make money on the short term. Maybe you can hope it goes up a bunch more. But the fact is right now, as of this company is right now, this should not be a public company. It's almost absurd that this company can go public and at this type of valuation. It is absolutely ridiculous. But they just took that $1 billion of investor money, and who knows what's going to happen with it. No one's going to oversee that money. Who knows where it's going to go and what's going to happen with it. But it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Maybe someday it becomes big. And if you invest in this company being on the long side, you want to hold it for the next 5-10 years, I hope you make money. I hope it becomes a big company, but just realize you are 100% gambling. There's no doubt about it. There's no valuation you can say. You're just 100% gambling. You invest in this company right now, okay? So that's my take on it. It's an absolute joke of an IPO. Most IPOs are overvalued. Bottom line, most IPOs are massively overvalued. Doesn't mean you can't make money in IPOs, because sometimes there's the hype is too much. Everybody wants to flood in money, and they see, oh my gosh, this stock's a hot stock. It's going up. Let me just put money in it. So it doesn't mean you can't make money in short-term trading IPOs. But the bottom line is this company is ridiculously overvalued. Most overvalued company I've ever seen ever in the history of the stock market, and that's saying a lot, guys. That's saying a lot. Anyways, I want to know your guys' opinion down there about this company in that comment section. What is your opinion on this NIO company? Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. I produce a lot of stock market news in my Instagram stories. I try to keep you guys up to date on different things going on out there. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.